Hi everyone, this is Elena Kraus and welcome to another card video. In this video I will show you how to do some masking and stamping with Versamark onto white paper and embossing with white using the MISTI, the most incredible stamping tool invented. And I'm using the Hero Art September, my monthly hero kit for this card. So let's get started. Here's the stamp set. It's 6x8 stamp set from the kit. And I'm just trying to determine which stamp I want to use. So I'm just going to try a few scenarios. And as you saw on the little preview at the beginning of the video, I ended up stamping this onto the side and using the shorter vase, the shorter but wider vase, along with the branch, the Chinese lantern flower. So I'm just trying to see how it will look like. Here I'm trying a few different options. Kind of putting more branches into the vase, but it didn't really fit. So I settled for this option. So I'm just picking up my stamp with the MISTI. I'm using the anti-static powder tool. And I'm stamping that 3 times because I'm using cold press watercolor paper per Fabriano. So using the MISTI, I was able to stamp on the same spot 3 times, and then I applied Hero Art's white embossing powder. You saw me there with the little brush. I removed some of the top of the vase because I wanted to do some masking, and kind of the branch was gonna go into the vase at that point, so I removed the embossing powder from that section, just that border line from the vase. The first border line, the very top line. So next I'm cutting a mask for the vase and applying on top of it. Here it was really hard to see because it's white on white. It's embossed on white, so it's really hard to see, but using the MISTI it makes it very easy to do the stamping and position everything perfectly. So for the branch, I stamped it a couple times, and here you see it's not like the Versamark has some hue to it because my stamp wasn't perfectly cleaned. So, but that doesn't matter because I applied opaque embossing powder, the white embossing powder on top, and heat set it. Next, I'm using my Z Clean Color Real Brush pens to color my image. And here the embossing helps the color to stay within the lines. So I'm using 2 greens and then a water brush to blend the colors and get nice gradation of color. Again, I'm coloring very quickly. I'm not kind of taking my time to color slowly and pay attention where the shades are. It's watercoloring after all, and the Z Clean Color Real Brush pens makes it very easy to watercolor and get that gradation of color. So next I'm coloring those little lanterns using 2 different oranges. So I'm applying first the darkest color, then the lighter, and blend in with my watercolor brush or water reservoir brush. So next I'll do the little branch. It's really hard to see on the video, and just kind of blending it with my brush. Next, the vase, I'm using a couple of browns, and then again I will use my water brush to blend in the color. So next, to make that image pop, I'm using one of the blue pens, the lighter blue pens. And I'm just applying color around the image and then blending it in, kind of making it fade as you go away from the image, using again that water brush. So this really makes that image pop and kind of see those white lines to be more defined, because when you stamp white on white you can't really see those lines and the blue, or you can use any other color. You can use gray or orange or whichever color floats your boat around the image, and it will really pop and make difference. So I'm just almost finishing it here. And next, for the bottom, to ground that vase, I'm using grays. Because if I did blue, the vase will look kind of floating into the air. So I'm using grays. You can use even brown or any other color that you want that surface to be. Next, I'm trimming my panel down to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And next, it's time to finish my card with a sentiment. So I decided to go with Your Vibrant. And I'm just scoring here a Kraft note card. I'm going to stamp the sentiment onto vellum. I didn't want the sentiment to take away from my nicely colored image, so I stamped it on vellum using Versamark ink, and I'm embossing with the Hero Arts white embossing powder. So next I'll use my paper trimmer to trim that sentiment down to size. Just I'm going to chop off a little bit of the top, and then I'm trimming the bottom, and it's really easy to see where you're cutting on vellum because you can see the blade beneath the sentiment of the paper trimmer. Next I'm adhering some fun foam on the back of my panel, and I'll adhere it to my note card. To finish it off, I'm using some vellum adhesive to adhere that sentiment, and I'll add few champagne sequins to just add a little bit extra interest, and I'm using the collage matte medium to adhere those onto my card. You can either use jewel picker or your fingers. I have no problem using my fingers to adhere those sequins, and they're always placed nicely. So that's it for today, for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well visit and subscribe to my blog for more ideas and inspiration. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye!